Victor Newman, always the master manipulator, hosted a lavish dinner, bringing Kyle and Claire together, despite years spent keeping them apart. His motives were unclear, but Summer saw it as a betrayal. Watching from the sidelines, her jealousy burned as she vowed to gather intel and use it to protect her standing in the family. Meanwhile, across town, Billy confronted Daniel with a stern warning: stay away from Sally. His tone was laced with both protection and resentment, but Daniel, undeterred, saw an opportunity to win Sally over. He believed her discontent with Billy was a door waiting to be opened. Their tension hinted at an inevitable showdown. At the same time, Sally grew frustrated with Billy's entanglement with Phyllis. To her, his inability to sever ties with his ex signified deeper issues. Their arguments escalated, forcing Sally to question her place in Billy's life. Elsewhere, Lily's growing connection with Damien stirred speculation. Spotted at elite gatherings, their bond appeared strategic, but was there more? Devon, ever the protective brother, warned Lily about Damien's unknown past, urging caution. Though confident in her judgment, his concerns lingered in her mind. Victor, determined to destroy Jack Abbott and Abbotts, plotted ruthlessly with Michael Baldwin. Fueled by jealousy and old rivalries, he believed Jack and Nikki shared a hidden connection, one that he was determined to break. His paranoia left his family uneasy, yet none could sway him from his vendetta. Amid these battles, Summer kept a close eye on Lily and Damien, sensing something off. With Genoa City rife with power plays, betrayals, and shifting alliances, the next move in this dangerous game could change everything. Would Summer outmaneuver Claire and Kyle? Could Daniel prove himself to Sally? And would Victor finally achieve his goal of destroying Jack, or would his obsession lead to his downfall? In Genoa City, no loyalty is ever permanent, and every smile hides an agenda. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Jolie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Sharon Newman has always believed in second chances, but is she chasing a dream that will never come true? In The Young and the Restless, Sharon finds herself caught in a whirlwind of emotions when she dreams of a passionate reunion with Nick Newman. The dream plays out like a fantasy. Nick confesses his undying love, holds her close, and even agrees to move back in with her on the ranch. For a brief moment, Sharon allows herself to believe in a future where she and Nick are together again. But when she wakes up, reality sets in. Nick hasn't made any such declaration, and their relationship remains in limbo. There's no doubt that Nick still cares for Sharon. He's always been there for her, whether as a friend, a confidant, or even a father figure to her children. But is that enough? Sharon can't shake the feeling that she's holding on to a dream that may never become reality. She wants more than friendship. She wants the love they once shared. However, Nick isn't making any moves to reignite their romance. It's clear that while Sharon is still deeply invested, Nick may not be ready to take that leap. As Sharon wrestles with her emotions, she's forced to ask herself a difficult question. Is she wasting her time waiting for Nick? The connection between them is undeniable, but that doesn't mean they are destined to be together. Nick is hesitant, unsure of whether rekindling their romance is worth the risk. Their history is filled with passion and heartbreak, and he may not be willing to jeopardize their friendship for a relationship that might not work out. Sharon, however, is a fighter. She has never been one to give up on love, no matter how many times she's been hurt. But as time passes, she begins to wonder if she's clinging to an illusion. Maybe Nick is simply not the man who will give her the love and commitment she desires. She could continue chasing a dream, or she could finally let go and find happiness elsewhere. For now, the future remains uncertain. Will Nick ever come to terms with his feelings and give their love another chance? Or will Sharon finally realize that she needs to move forward on her own? One thing is clear, Sharon's journey is far from over. and the path she chooses will determine whether she finds the love she's been longing for, or if she must create a new future without Nick. Stay tuned to The Young and the Restless to see how this emotional saga unfolds. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sally Spectra could use a tempting new man. So here's who Billy Abbott's competition should be. We can certainly think of one single guy on canvas for Sally to fall for, and the result would no doubt lead to mixed feelings for Phyllis Summers. I and our fans know Phyllis recently had a romantic dream about Billy, so she was startled over it when she woke up. The more Phyllis thinks about that dream and what her heart truly desires, the more she'll realize she wants Billy back. Of course, that's an issue since Billy is already dating Sally, but a little competition never stopped Phyllis before. Phyllis may think she can steal Billy away, so she's going to rock the boat in Sally's romance. That might pave the way for Sally to rely on someone else for support. Could Daniel Romalotti Jr., Michael Graziadei, become a confidant and somebody for Sally to lean on? Daniel defended Sally when Phyllis trashed her recently. Now that Daniel has decided to accept Billy's offer to work at Abbott Communications, the show's definitely putting him in the middle of all the Phyllis, Billy, and Sally drama. That brings us to some preview info for 2025 that still hasn't played out. According to what Y&R head writer and executive producer Josh Griffith told TV Insider, Daniel is headed down an interesting road. Griffith confirmed that Daniel would set himself off on a new path with a potentially, I don't want to say romance, but a bit of a walk on the emotional wild side. If we read between the lines here, it sounds like Daniel might connect with a woman on canvas, and perhaps hover on the edge of something more than friendship. Some strong emotions could come out, but things may be complicated since Daniel is still grieving Heather Stevens. That I don't want to say romance part suggests it won't go all the way, at least not yet, but it could come close to something romantic. Sally seems like the perfect person for Daniel to bond with under the circumstances. Phyllis would probably love for Sally to drift toward literally any other man on canvas except her son. If Phyllis starts pulling Billy closer, and it sends Sally in Daniel's direction, it could leave Phyllis quite torn. Phyllis wants a Billy reunion, but she might worry the cost will be driving Sally into Daniel's comforting arms. Naturally, there's the potential for Daniel and Sally to become a romantic item at some point, whether Phyllis likes it or not. It's tough to make firm predictions about what the future holds until Daniel comes out of his mourning period, but Sally and Daniel could be tempted by each other eventually. The Young and the Restless spoilers say some twists and turns are ahead for Sally, so stay tuned for updates on any exciting news in her love life. So where do you want to be for fantastic Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates? So make us your one-stop source. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, February 19 tease that Jack Abbott goes after Victor Newman. Summer Newman is between a rock and a hard place, and legal eagle Michael Baldwin has a confession to make. Let's find out what's happening on your favorite daytime drama and our fans. Victor and Jack go mano a mano. Victor is getting on Jack's nerves by refusing to bless the relationship of Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman. Jack is unhappy that Victor won't accept his son Kyle's attempt to mend fences and goes off on Victor. As usual, Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, has to get involved when Jack and Victor act like alpha dogs at the Octagon. The truth is that Nikki has never been able to forge peace between the men, but that doesn't stop her trying. It's apparent that Victor is feeling better because he is plotting revenge on Jackie Boy, despite Nikki's interference. Michael Baldwin has news for Lauren Fenmore. Elsewhere, Michael tells his wife, Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, about Victor's latest vendetta. The happy couple are swaying to the music in the jazz lounge when he feels the need to unburden himself. Michael tells Lauren he doesn't agree with Victor's shenanigans and hopes he can dissuade him from major damage. Yeah, right. Michael knows better and may be left holding the bag if he's not careful. Summer has Kyle on the brain. Like Grandpa Victor, Summer doesn't like Kyle being with Claire either. She can be conniving when she wants to be and could convince herself that she is doing them a favor by busting them up. What could go wrong? It would be a lot easier for Summer to put her big girl pants on and admit her jealousy, but we doubt she can do that. Explosive show spoilers tease that Summer takes steps to blow up Claire's relationship in a bid to get the hunk back for herself. Will she stoop so low as to involve their son Harrison Abbott, Redding Munsell? Do not put anything past a Newman. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y and R right now. Come back here often for the Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates, and make us your favorite hotspot. Genoa City is about to be rocked by one of the most jaw-dropping revelations in The Young and the Restless. Just when you thought the Newman family drama couldn't get any more intense, Adam Newman is taking matters into his own hands, forcing Nick to make a life-changing decision. But what's driving Adam's sudden urgency? The answer lies in a stunning baby secret that's about to be exposed, and it's going to change everything. Who's the real father? Who's been lying? And how will this revelation shake up the entire Newman family? Keep reading, because you won't believe where this is headed. Adam's power move, why he's pushing Nick so hard. Adam Newman has never been one to sit back and let things unfold naturally, especially when there's a game-changing secret at play. But this time, he's not just scheming for himself. He's putting Nick in the hot seat, forcing him to act fast before the truth comes out on its own. But why now? And what does Adam stand to gain from pushing Nick into this impossible situation? Sources close to the show suggest that Adam has uncovered damning evidence that could destroy lives. The question is, will he use it to manipulate the situation, or is he actually doing Nick a favor? The baby secret, a truth too big to hide. For weeks, whispers of a hidden paternity scandal have been circulating through Genoa City, and now it's all coming to a head. A baby bombshell is about to drop, and when the truth comes out, it will leave everyone stunned. Could Sally Spectra's baby drama be at the center of it all? Fans have long speculated that there may have been a shocking mix-up, and if Adam knows something Nick doesn't, this could explain his urgent push for action. Or is another Newman-linked secret about to explode? With past DNA test tampering and family betrayals still fresh in viewers' minds, there's no telling who's really behind this deception or how far they'll go to keep the truth hidden. Nick's impossible decision, what will he do? Now that Adam has forced Nick into a corner, the biggest question remains, will Nick listen? Will he take control of the situation before the truth is exposed in the worst possible way? Or will he ignore Adam's warnings and risk losing everything? Nick has always prided himself on being the more level-headed Newman, but if this secret involves his child, or a child he's believed was his, he may have no choice but to take drastic action. And let's not forget, Victoria, Victor, and even Sharon could be pulled into this mess before it's all over. The entire Newman family could be shaken to its core by this one shocking revelation. The fallout, who will be left standing? With the truth about to explode, the aftermath will be devastating. If the baby's true father isn't who everyone thought, how will this affect the relationships at play? If Adam has been keeping secrets, will Nick ever trust him again? And most importantly, who knew about this secret all along? As tensions rise, alliances will shift, betrayals will be exposed, and one thing is certain: Genoa City will never be the same. Final thoughts: prepare for drama like never before. With Adam pulling the strings and Nick backed into a corner, the truth is about to hit the young and the restless like a nuclear bomb. Who will be left standing when the dust settles? In the jazz lounge, Diane tells Jack they've needed time together, shutting out the problems of the world. She questions if he's relaxed. He admits he's nervous about her demolition plans for the Abbott homestead. She wonders how she can convince him to put away his worries and enjoy their time together. Diane kisses him. Jack is trying and needs a few more of those. They make out. Diane tells Jack she's been going back through the archives of classic products. They just need a clever new marketing strategy to sell them again at a high price point. Abbotts Classic can bring in former customers feeling nostalgic as well as new ones. She asks what Jack thinks, but he's not paying attention. He needs to know what to expect at the house. Diane asks why he won't trust her on this. Jack just wants to know what she has in mind. Diane promises he'll love it. Jack isn't a fan of something this important being shrouded in secrecy. She said she'd keep him involved in the process. Maybe this is just a colossal mistake. Diane asks if he really wants her to call it off. She assures him it's going to be fun, and the renovations are already happening. She pulls him onto the dance floor. After the dance, Jack tells Diane how impressed he is with her plan to make the retro products new again. Diane's excited as he gushes that the idea is brilliant and bold like his wife. Diane tells her husband his taste is spot on. Having his approval means everything to her. Jack is sure Abbotts Classic is a good fit for her. It's good to see Abbotts back where it belongs, and the family. Even Victor couldn't take that from them. Diane's having a hard time believing that Victor's war with Jack is over. Jack won't let it rattle him. He won't give him the satisfaction. Diane asks if he's not worried he'll cause problems for Claire and Kyle. Jack likes to think they can handle old Grumpy. Diane wishes she could adopt the same attitude. Jack thinks Kyle learned some important lessons and is a stronger and wiser man because of it. Kyle's reveal unnerves Summer. Kyle walks into society and Summer says she was just about to call him. They compare notes on the teacher enthusing over Harrison's diorama. He made sure everyone knew that they worked on it together as a family. They agree it meant a lot to them too. It was fun. Summer learns he's waiting for Claire and Victor. Apparently, he's not coming alone. Nikki's going to be joining them. Summer looks slightly taken aback. Sounds like a big deal. Kyle thinks Claire wants Nikki there as a buffer. They don't need her grandparents' approval. Summer reminds him that her grandfather has his ways of making his opinions known. She notes he didn't have a problem when they were together. She's his granddaughter too. Kyle isn't bothered by Victor's change of heart. He's only doing the dinner for Claire's sake. If Victor doesn't accept him, it won't change a thing for him and Claire. Kyle walks off and Daniel arrives to meet Summer. Her brother asks, "Is everything okay?" Summer insists everything's fine, but Daniel can tell by the way she's looking over at Kyle that something is bothering her. Summer asks if he can believe Kyle is meeting Claire and her grandparents there. They're wasting their time. He won't accept Kyle the way he did when they were together. She has no idea why Kyle's going to so much trouble for her. Daniel isn't buying this, not for a minute. Summer assures her brother she's not jealous. She feels bad that her grandfather has treated Kyle so poorly. She's not keen on Claire stoking the fires. Kyle is asking for more trouble if he continues on this path with the former nanny. Daniel tells Summer she's radiating mom vibes right now. Summer gawps. As much as she loves their mother, she's cringe when she gets on one of her dog with a bone kicks. Daniel hopes the warning is enough to keep Summer in check. He asks if Summer has heard from Phyllis. He's been calling and texting and hasn't heard back. She asks if this is about the job offer from Billy. Daniel says he accepted it. Michael tries to warn Victor. At the ranch, Victor thanks Michael for coming by. Michael's happy to be trusted again. Victor complains that because he and Cole let Jordan out of his cage, she came back to endanger his family. Michael says it was his responsibility to watch his back. Victor says Ian Ward could have killed him as well, but he stayed with the family. I appreciate that. Michael wouldn't have abandoned him. Victor says now that they're out of the picture, he needs to implement the next phase of his plan, to go after Jack Abbott via Abbotts. Michael looks unnerved. Victor asks Michael if the glissade people he hired are embedded at Abbotts. Michael confirms they are there waiting to do his bidding, but he was hoping it wouldn't come to this. He pays him to keep him out of legal entanglements. Victor doesn't want to hear it. He'll go through with his plans one way or the other. Michael asks if Victor is sure this is something he really wants to go through with. Jack, Diane, and Kyle will suffer. Victor says they haven't suffered enough. Victor fumes. I will decide when the Abbotts have suffered enough. Got it? He rants that Jack nearly killed Nikki in that debauchery in the hotel room. Are you with me? Michael says, always. Victor wants him to find out about Abbotts' new products. Then he will devise his strategy. Claire walks in, so Michael heads out, promising to get that date for his boss. Claire kisses her grandfather and asks if they were in the middle of something important. He replies, business. Claire suggests they all drive to society together. Victor says Nikki will be late. He will promise to go easy on Kyle. Claire asks him not to grill her boyfriend too intensely. Victor smirks. You never know. Diane's distraction technique. In the jazz lounge, Diane and Jack slow dance and kiss. He thanks her for a perfect evening. Diane teases him about paint, hammers, and demolition. He asks if they should go for dinner or a walk. Diane says they could go up to their suite and fool around. Jack pulls her out of the lounge. Diane and Jack make love in their suite. After, Jack wants to ask one more time, this redo, this refresh, this zhuzh, whatever you're calling it. Does it involve bulldozers? Diane decides she'll come clean. There is one major change she wants to make. I would like to replace that heavy old front door and change it to something contemporary. She wants to make retro current just like at Abbotts Classic. She proposes a revolving door. Jack scoffs, ha ha ha, you got me again. He'll shut up about the house. Diane will keep his mind off the tear down. He says that's not funny. They start making out. Victor shuts down Kyle as Summer worries. At society, Daniel is surprised Phyllis hasn't told Summer about him joining Abbott Communications. He says they gave a haluva pitch and that he could define what he wanted his position to be. He's excited and looking forward to brainstorming with them. It may be just the change he needed. Summer's so happy her brother has a new focus. Daniel says Lucy was thrilled too and seemed more at peace. Summer can see some of his inner turmoil is dissipating. Daniel tells his sister that Lucy is making new friends and crying less. Now she can stop worrying about him so much. Summer thinks Heather is working her magic from above. She has one concern, however. Daniel guesses it's Billy being difficult. Summer's talking about him working with Mom without driving each other crazy. Daniel's confident they can do it. They worked well together at Chancellor Winters. Summer worries they're in uncharted territory now. Daniel is unbothered. Summer thinks it sounds almost too good to be true. Just then, Claire walks in. Daniel suggests Summer choose to remain optimistic and keep hope, like him. Victor comes in and kisses Summer before asking Daniel how he and Lucy are doing. They shake hands and Victor and Claire join Kyle at the bar. Victor shakes Kyle's hand. Kyle directs them to their table as Claire explains Nikki will be late. Across the room, Daniel tells Summer, who is watching, that she's radiating Phyllis vibes again. She says she's just noticing how miserable Kyle looks. Daniel asks why she cares if she's not jealous. At Kyle's table, he talks up the menu specials. Victor tells him to dispense with the small talk and get to the point. Across the room, Summer tells Daniel that Kyle is the father of her son. That's why she's concerned. Her grandpa will do anything to get his way. If he hurts Kyle, it could hurt Harrison as well. This is not romantic. Daniel calls it like he sees it. Summer says they both know that Victor will make both of their lives miserable. It's what my grandpa does. It will trickle down to Harrison, who will sense the tension. Daniel reminds her the kid is tough. Summer's job is to protect her son. She tells her brother how happy he was the other day having his parents together. He's feeling secure again, and she doesn't want him worrying about anything else. Daniel still questions if she has some kind of feelings for Kyle. Summer says her grandfather is ruthless. Would he not be worried if Lucy were in Harrison's shoes? At Victor's table, he tells Kyle how protective he is of his family. He'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he won't do the same damage to Claire that he did to his other granddaughter. He realizes Kyle wasn't all at fault in his marriage falling apart, but he knows there will be another implosion in the Abbott family, and he does not want his other granddaughter to suffer from the fallout that is about to happen. Kyle says that's conjecture. Victor says, no, it isn't. Kyle insists his family is united. Victor tells him the reason he's objecting to his relationship with Claire is because of his family. Daniel tells Summer he can see her point. He's sure Victor will make Kyle and Claire's lives miserable, and it could come back to Harrison. But he's sure Kyle will protect his son and Victor will too. Summer opines that sometimes good intentions aren't enough. Daniel's sure Kyle and Claire won't break up just because Victor wants them to. That's why Summer's sure it will get a lot more complicated than that. Across the room, Claire thinks Victor is being unfair. How can he condemn Kyle because of his parents? He's basing his opinion on things that may not happen. Victor grunts, trust me, they will. Kyle admits he acted less than admirably toward his parents, and let his more ruthless side come out at his prodding. He notes that Victor used him, but he can separate all that from his relationship with Claire. He feels deeply for her, and she feels the same way about him. They'll pursue a relationship regardless of Victor's opinion, but he'll ask if there's anything he can do to accomplish that goal. Victor intones, there's nothing you can do to accomplish that goal. The drama intensifies in the young and the restless as shocking twists unfold around. Victor Newman's fate, Jack Abbott, always one to speak his mind, confesses to Victoria and Claire that he's enjoying life without Victor around. But things take a dark turn when it appears Victor may have truly been kidnapped, this time, not by Jack, but by someone far more dangerous. Fans will recall that during an ambush at the ranch, both Victor and Ian Ward were shot. While Victor survived, Ian was presumed dead, yet viewers saw him open his eyes in the ambulance. With no follow-up on his fate, the Newman family believes the threat is gone, giving them a false sense of security. Meanwhile, Victor, though out of the hospital, is struggling more than he lets on. He appears exhausted and in pain, though he refuses to show any weakness. As Jack visits Nikki to check on her, Victor's hostility remains intact. Later, when Jack and Diane run into Victoria and Claire, Jack makes a bold statement, admitting he's relishing a Victor-free existence. His words shock the Newman women, but he stands by his feelings. This could have major repercussions, especially if Victor's disappearance becomes suspicious. Victor has been meddling in Claire's life, dictating her choices and relationships. His attempts to control Summer and Kyle's dynamic also stir resentment, with Nick warning him to back off. Jack advises Victoria that she will soon understand how difficult it is to deal with Victor's manipulations. Claire, having survived Jordan's deceit, believes she can recognize toxic control tactics. However, as time passes, even she starts noticing Victor's increasing possessiveness. Just as tensions within the Newman family rise, an even bigger threat lurks in the shadows. With Ian Ward potentially alive, could Victor be in real danger? If he suddenly vanishes, his family might assume he's pulling another elaborate stunt, testing their loyalty once again. But what if this time, it's not a game? The police may soon start looking for suspects. Given Jack's outspoken comments and his long-standing rivalry with Victor, could he be accused? Claire, too, might find herself under scrutiny due to her complicated history. As the truth unfolds, will Jack and Claire have to team up to rescue Victor from Ian's sinister clutches? One thing is certain, this shocking twist will send shockwaves through Genoa City. The Young and the Restless is about to be rocked by one of the most shocking revelations in years. Just when fans thought they had seen it all, Dr. Olivia Winters makes a dramatic return to Genoa City with secrets that could change everything. Her mission? To expose Amy's buried past, and in the process, reveal the true identity of Nate Hastings' biological mother. What does this mean for Nate? And how will this jaw-dropping truth shake up the Winters family forever? Buckle up, because this twist is one you won't see coming. Olivia's shocking return. Why now? Fans have been eagerly awaiting the return of Olivia Winters, and now she's back with a purpose. The beloved doctor, who has been away from Genoa City for years, suddenly resurfaces, determined to uncover the truth about Amy. But why is Olivia so focused on exposing her? According to inside sources, Olivia has been digging into Amy's past and has uncovered a web of secrets that could destroy multiple lives. At first, it seems like a simple case of deception, but as Olivia gets closer to the truth, she stumbles upon something even more earth-shattering, something that could shake the very foundation of Nate Hastings' life. Amy's hidden past. What is she hiding? Since Amy arrived in Genoa City, she has been charming, intelligent, and seemingly harmless. But Olivia's investigation suggests otherwise. According to rumors, Amy may have been involved in a past scandal that she has worked hard to keep buried. Did Amy assume a false identity? Was she part of a cover-up that directly impacted the Winters family? And more importantly, how is she connected to the truth about Nate's real mother? With Olivia's determination to get to the bottom of things, Amy's carefully built life in Genoa City could come crashing down in an instant. Nate's true parentage, the bombshell that changes everything. For years, fans have believed that Nate Hastings was the son of the late Dr. Olivia Winters and Nathan Hastings Sr. But what if that's not the whole truth? Insiders hint that Olivia has uncovered shocking evidence that proves Nate's biological mother isn't who everyone thinks she is. Could this mean Nate was switched at birth? Was he secretly adopted? Or did someone, possibly even Amy, know the truth all along and keep it hidden? If Olivia's claims are true, this revelation could tear the Winters family apart. How will Nate react to learning that the woman he believed to be his mother may not have given birth to him? And how does Amy fit into this shocking revelation? The fallout. Who will survive the truth? As Olivia prepares to drop this life-altering bombshell, tensions in Genoa City are about to reach an all-time high. Nate, who has already faced betrayal and heartbreak, may find himself questioning everything he thought he knew about his past. If Amy is exposed as having a role in this deception, will she be able to talk her way out of it? Or is she about to lose everything, including Nate's trust? And perhaps the biggest question of all, if Olivia is telling the truth, then who is Nate's real mother? Could it be someone shocking from the past, or is an entirely new twist about to be revealed? Final thoughts. Prepare for drama like never before. With Olivia's return, Amy's past unraveling, and a long-buried family secret about to explode, The Young and the Restless is setting the stage for one of its most dramatic storylines yet. Will Nate finally learn the truth about his real mother? And will Olivia's shocking revelation bring the family closer together or rip them apart forever?